All right, let's make sure this actually starts streaming. Hey, we're on. Awesome. Okay, and copy the link real quick. This is super janky thrown together, so. All right, I was gonna wear the earbuds, but I kind of don't like the echo effect I get in my head when I do. Actually, one bud I think is okay. Maybe. We'll see how this goes. Um, anyway, gonna post this to the Discord. I guess we'll do it under gaming. I need to create a different whatchamacallit for that too. Okay. So yeah, this is super janked at the moment. I don't have any music on here. What I was thinking about doing though is using the no copyright streams. The only problem with that, well, there are a few problems with that, but like half of the time they actually definitely play stuff that people are copyright strike or not copyright striking but copyright claiming. Can I change the output of this? I don't think I can. So can I capture desktop audio? Let's see, can I capture desktop audio? That's a great question. Audio output capture. Because I tried doing this a couple of weeks or several weeks ago for a totally different reason. Okay, I can't do it with that. How about audio input capture? I don't think this is going to work either, but okay, that should be the regular. Yeah, all of those are actual hardware inputs. How the hell could I capture a browser? They never, for some reason, I never understood this. And I have a feeling there's a legitimate technical reason behind this, but OBS on the M1 Max will not capture desktop audio. At least I don't think it can. If it can, I'm not familiar with how. Okay, really quick, I'll try this and see. Yeah, that's not capturing desktop, it's just mirroring that. Okay, let's not use that then. Okay, so that's fixed. So it shouldn't cause any echo issues. I see somebody's watching. Okay, so I'm thinking, no way to fix this because YouTube doesn't give us an output option. Let's move this off screen. What if I did, and I don't have Black Hole installed yet? I need to install Black Hole so much. That would fix so many problems. Black Hole, for anyone that doesn't know, and I wouldn't expect anyone to know, it is basically this audio driver, or kind of an audio driver, whatever. What it lets you do is define different channels on your system. They're basically like audio devices. And so you can set it up so all of your system audio goes through a separate channel, and that separate channel can be set to output to your speakers, to multiple sets of speakers or outputs, whatever. You can also set multiple things to go into a device or kind of pass through as a device. It's so useful for stuff like this. Completely useless for most people's purposes, but it's awesome for the kind of stuff I'm doing or trying to do. Okay. I'm also going to move this window so I can actually see comments when they happen, kind of. All right, and this needs to be here, but I can shrink that window a little bit. Okay. Cool. Okay, now for the other part that I totally flaked on. Wait, where the hell is it? Oh, right next to me. So in my infinite level of preparedness, I also did not get around to actually copying the photos off of my camera to, hey David, how's it going? So I totally spaced, or not spaced, but I didn't have time earlier to copy photos off of the camera onto the system so I could actually start doing the photo edits. So we're going to really quickly yeah, I don't actually want to do it from here, but nice try, guys. Lightroom loves to try to hijack your camera connections. That's not it. Wait, is this the rotation? Yeah, this is going to be the camera rotation. Yep. Okay. I do need to get that, just not right now. Okay, so May 19th. Okay, that's from the drone. We need to get to... Okay, forgive me as I quickly skim through these and figure out... wait. Oh, I can look at the time. What am I thinking? And that should be the last one because that's sunset, yeah. Okay. So anything in this span of time... So 5:30 back to... Yep, anything back to here should be part of this set. And okay, these should all be... Anything around that time should be the drone shots. What about here? Yep, more drone shots. Kind of figured. What is this? Drone shots from the previous day. Yeah, I know. It's super exciting as I go through and just find the files I need to copy. Okay, this is anything on the 18th around 6 something is off the table. I know I did at least 2 sets of shots. Okay, we'll double check this. I bet this is still drone. Yep. As it should be. Okay. And we have this set. Normally I like to try to get my shots and copy them off the memory card like that night or the next day, something like that, but it was just it was a wild, like, 4 days in a row of doing everything I could to get in drone flights and shots and everything else. So, not a lot of organization. Let's see, back to there. Yeah, okay. We're still going on these. If I go back to there. Yep, this is all still good, so we'll copy these over. Hey David. Yep. Doing OnePlus Nord's review photos. It just so happens I'm trying to filter through those drone shots first, and that goes back to the air purifier, which I thought I already took those off, but it does not matter. Okay, so while those finish copying, man, that's so many more photos than I thought I took. Okay, do I have a way of doing music that's not gonna suck? I wonder if we could find... Oh, what would work? I guess I could do... I could always, I think, maybe download one of the no copyright streams. Because I know that they have... I feel like there should be music on the stream. My voice may be fine, but it feels empty without music. Let's see if we go to... I don't really want to pull from arcade, because NCS Arcade is not... I don't know, it's okay, but I don't like it as much. I like their sort of more straight to the point, or like legit, I guess, legit music. I don't know. That's not the right way to say it. Let's see, videos. Do we have anything that's super long? I'm trying to think if there's some other clever way I can do this, because it seems or not ideal doing it this way. Oh, come on now. Do you guys not have any big playlists? I swear I saw one earlier. Or when I say playlist, I actually mean mix. But actually, how about under playlists? Do they have any mixes? No, not really. Come on now. Make this less difficult. I don't want to download the same music that I've been playing for ages anyway. My other question is Twitch. I have a funny feeling if I pop on here, can I set the output? I bet I can't, but I'm curious. Nope. cannot control audio output on that one either. That's a shame. Why is it all of the services that do or that have any sort of live streaming capability, why can't you set their output like more specifically? All the chat services do. So like what's the name of it? What do we use Jitsi. Corbin and I use Jitsi when we're doing video chat. Hangouts lets you set your music out or sound output. I believe Skype does too. I could be wrong on Skype. But yeah, it's just kind of a thing. It's not that hard to do. But for whatever reason, they don't allow it on YouTube. They don't allow it anywhere else. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, while that's sort of not happening, wait, what? Oh, okay, I grabbed a few images that, how did I get these images in here? I swear I didn't copy back to there, but okay. We can get the drone images out of this folder. Maybe that explains why there were so many more than there should have been. Okay, it looks like that's the first of the script. We're gonna change how this is showing up. All right, come back to that one, and we'll wait. Why is it holding down shift is single selecting? Come on, Apple. All right, well, we'll just multi-select the old school way. There we go. Clean as a whistle. Yeah, the photos, okay, so let me redo this folder real quick, and then it'll show the right ones. Okay. Yeah, so like this, I took this after sunset. So yeah, there's going to be some color correcting that has to happen. And I didn't bring any stuff with me, but yeah, I shot these with the sun completely down, as I had a drone in the air recording what was behind me was a bunch of clouds. So this is an overcast night. A little bit of sun, technically, well, not even sun, but like light was still technically in the sky, but that was it. It was all coming through clouds. It was dark. It was just, oh yeah. Yeah, it was not the right time or place to be taking photos, but you know, I had a drone in the sky. I had time to do something else while the drone just literally sat there and recorded video of clouds moving. Hopefully recorded video of clouds moving. I have not actually checked it yet, but I think it did. I'm hoping. So yeah, I don't think I've ever had a drone as cursed as this one. So the Mini 3 Pro, the Mavic Mini 3 Pro was the drone. It is a good drone. Let me preface by saying that. I want to make this clear. It's a good drone, but man, did I have the most cursed experience with it. Okay, where can I put this camera where it's not gonna be in the way and not going to get damaged. I think that's probably the best spot I'm going to find for it. Okay. Okay, screw it. We're just gonna hook up the headphones for music listening, because I was gonna wear the buds, but sometimes they kind of hurt my ears. Other times I can wear them without a problem. I don't know why. Okay, anyway. There's my cursor. Before that, so should I find music? I'm debating this right now. Is it worth finding music, or should I just leave the music off of the stream? Let's see. And do they have, by chance, like, I know it is a weird thought, but do they have rock? Anything resembling rock? I'm thinking no copyright typically doesn't do a whole lot in that category. And again, I don't want to download a bunch of individual tracks. That is a recipe for pain. Let's see. How's this? It's a little harder than I want. Screw it. I think we might just do... Yeah, I'm thinking no music at this point. Well, no music on the stream, that is. I think I'm still going to put something on for myself, but if I'm doing that, it's going to be YouTube music. So, the easy way. Oh wow, that is a totally different thing than I thought I was going to play. What the hell? YouTube music totally just... It created a mix for me that includes epic rap battles of history, your favorite Martian, Toby something, and it's playing for me right now Smosh the Real Party song. What the hell? Oh my god. YouTube music. That is... Wow. YouTube music coming in with the really wild choices for a mix. Oh, this makes sense because I'm on... yeah, I'm on this account, not my regular music account. Okay, okay. So in that case, that's actually a really good moment to just change. Okay, I'm gonna move this over to my other laptop, and that will be where I play music from. What the hell? YouTube music, man. Well, YouTube in general. The whole account switching thing is just not great. Okay, so popping open YouTube, switch account, regular. Now hop over to music, and what do we have for mixes? Hey, real music. Who would have thunk it? Perfect. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Um finally kind of have stuff together. And with that, I'm going to move this window back into place. Um damn it. Okay. Let's do this again, but do it right this time. Um okay, so those are in. We're going to turn that music down a little bit more because damn, it started quiet. And oh, hey. All right. Some mainstream music popped in too. Cheers to this. Okay. So we're going to build smart previews. No messing with collection. And we're good with this. So importing. And this will take just another few seconds. So yeah, I'm still going to do a few more shots of these buds. I was actually going to do that tonight. I wanted to do a photo shoot, but honestly, I was looking at my desk space and how I would have to set up computers to make that happen, and I thought, oh, it'll be so much faster if I just do photo editing. I won't have to move anything around. I can just hook up computers. And then I proceeded to go through the problems that I had forgotten existed, specifically that I can't do that. Um, I first tried to capture my display on the computer I normally use for streaming. That didn't work. Um, let's see. You like the floor plate from last time? The tile? Yeah. Um, why is it telling me that I'm not sending enough data? That's fishy. Anyway, yeah, so I was gonna do a photo edit. Oh, these don't need to be in here. Or any of these others. I guess I should have just culled the images straight from here earlier. Um, but yeah, what I was planning on doing was just a simple, straightforward uh, stream of the edits. But then as I'm trying to set it up, it's like, okay, HDCP out of the MacBook Pro prevents me from capturing my screen normally. So I have to actually just run OBS and on the same computer that I'm going to do edits from. So then moving everything over to that so I could do that kind of a stream or run OBS that way, that introduced its own set of problems where the profiles weren't really set up properly. It's just immediately been this multi-step process, and I swear I just need to get everything moved over to this computer and be done with it. Mm. Okay, so well, the first thing I want to do is go through and actually pick out which images are keepers, or at least usable. Um, okay, between these two, that one's a little sharper. Oh, and setting up filters, we will switch to flagged and unflagged, but rejects will disappear. So culling process begins. Um, I feel like this one, yeah, this one loses a little too much of the logos, so I'll reject that one. Um, this, yeah, I don't like the logo being upside down. So, okay. Yeah, you can tell that there is just no light because, well, I mean, like, there's shadow technically, like, right under this thing, but you can just tell it's not casting any real shadow. It's just directly underneath it where there's some darkness. Otherwise, there's just no angle on the light, no nothing. That's super out of focus. Um, those are all basically identical. Okay. And just for reference, not that I think anyone cares or doesn't understand this, but I'm just using the arrow keys to bounce between images and hitting the X button to mark them as rejects if I don't want them. Um, that was actually pretty decent, but I like that one more just because it's a little more layered. Um, it's also kind of weird focus. This is out of focus, but can I think the focus point on this one was forward to here. Um, man, that actually really caught. That is a really weird focus. The R looks really sharp. The L looks like it fell out of focus, and that should be almost exactly on the same plane. And I was fairly far away when I took that shot. I don't know how that would happen. Um, one thing I wish Lightroom would let you do, and maybe it does, but I'm not aware of it. Um, one thing I wish it would do is let you normalize exposure on import. And what I mean by that is when I'm importing a bunch of images. Okay, this isn't the best example, but let's see. Let's make sure this looks the way I think it's going to when I do this. If I okay, this kind of is working, but you see this histogram up here. Um, let's see. Yeah, that is I think showing up correctly. Uh, like you can see all of the colors are or all the colors are towards the left, not completely at not everything's at the left. There's obviously a whole bunch of peaking right here, but there's some empty space here. I'd kind of like if Lightroom could just be configured to import everything so it just adjusts the exposure to balance it, because that would make life so much easier for this kind of thing. Um, because I take a lot of photos, and this is technically what's advised. You're supposed to kind of take photos um, uh, with the histogram kind of leaning to the right, or sorry, to the left. Um, it's actually it's such a common thing to do that it's referred to as ETL or ETTL, ETL, exposed to the left. Um, and then in video you expose to the right. The reason for this is in video you want to capture all of the details using what is basically an imperfect codec situation. So um, you want to not overexpose everything, but you want everything exposed as brightly as possible. Then you can just bring it down in edits with photos, since you can capture in RAW, they're capturing so much more data that like they're capturing a lot of stuff that's in the deep shadows that you can't even see when you take the photo. And then if you, when you get into Lightroom or whatever, you can just pull up the exposure and recover a ton from the shadows. But with photos, you can't usually recover from stuff that's overexposed. In video, you can't usually recover much from the shadows. Um, and these aren't like hard set rules, but they tend to be true. Um, but yeah, and then all of these are just nice and perfectly exposed. So, well, as soon as I say that, sure, we get one that's overexposed. How did I how did I not notice all these were overexposed? Okay, well, we'll fix the exposure later on those. But coming back to this original group, um, toss those. And I'm not going to keep all these. I'm just going through finding ones that are problematic in some way where they're not going to be worth fixing, or focus is screwy, or I'm just kind of picking like the one that I want to keep versus the others. That one has a light on. Weirdly, I don't know why, but I like that this one, I didn't even see it before, but there are spider webs visible in this one that are just kind of oddly neat. I don't know that that's a good thing to keep for a review photo, but it's interesting. How much is visible in this one? It might not. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay. Um, Everything in that one's out of focus. It doesn't seem great either, but it's not terrible. Okay, and this one I switch focus to the buds, putting the case in the background. And this one, the case is supposed to be in focus, but it kind of isn't. What got focus in this? Focus is here. So it must have cut right through there. That doesn't even look like it's in focus. Okay, tossing that one way or the other. Okay, so how many are like this? Okay, I think we'll just keep this one. Oh, hey, I didn't even notice this, but that's kind of neat. So these buds have this capacitive touch spot right here. It is, for lack of a better way to say it, just perfect mirror finish, kind of a thing. It's glossy plastic, but it's just super super mirrory. Um, so it's capturing the wood in the reflection, which is just, it looks neat in this way. Um, so yeah, I'll have to keep that photo just for that reason, which let's actually mark that. Wait, between these two, I think as much as I like those totally needless spider web strands, I'm going to kill that one, keep that one because it has the light on. Ooh, Bad Wolf Zombie. Haven't heard that in a while. Any other definite keepers in this group? We'll keep that. And that. I would keep that, but I feel like I'm going to replace it anyway, so. Okay, so now on to this batch. I kind of don't love that. Didn't I flip these around? Oof, that looks terrible. Okay. Yeah, these are going to require so much cleanup. Oh my god, cleanup on these is going to be terrible. So David, anyway, how's your weekend going, man? You up to anything interesting or unusual? Man, focus on this just did not go well. Okay, that one kind of caught the RNL pretty well. Let's kill that one. That could be an okay lifestyle shot. I wonder if, how about, actually this might be good with all of our review logo crap stuffed on it. Okay, let's see. How much do I want to keep of these? Let's kill that one. Kill that one. That one's probably the best of those. This one has good focus, slightly different angle. We'll leave it in place for now. Ooh. It's the smallest thing, but I like how the clouds... come on. The clouds show up in the reflection. That is insane. I'm going to have to be careful what shows up in the reflections of these things. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Doing good, significant other graduated, so it's been a great time. Nice. Congrats to the SO. What field, out of curiosity? Or if you want to say. Okay, let's... Do I go... That's softer focus. Let's lose it. I don't know why. I kind of want to hold on to this one specifically because it caught that cloud. I did not plan that at all. So I think anything that resembles this, that cloud either needs to be in sharper focus or somehow cooler. And I don't think I'm going to get that. Okay. There's nothing about this one that's special, but I kind of like it. I think I'm just going to keep this one around. Oh. That might be better. Oh, I can't decide. I'll leave them both for now. This... If we bring down exposure, does that fix that? Actually, I like the second. Yeah. Okay, so we'll keep this one. Lose that. I'm going to have to tweak exposure on all these so I can see if I like them or not. Good focus on the buds. I'm good with the case being out of focus, but don't know that I like the angle on it. What happens if I bring up the shadows? I kind of do like it that way. I'll leave it for now. We're not going to mess with white balance yet. Exposure, highlights, shadows, contrast, whites, blacks. Okay. We're so close to identical, but kill that one. Oh. Did I fix exposure for that shot? It looks like I did. Graduated in web development. Nice. Good field to be in these days again. Web dev has had a few ups and downs over the years, but it's definitely a pretty good place to be right now. Oops. I didn't notice it when I shot this, but this bud is not seated correctly. This one is. So I think that's going to disqualify that one automatically. And any of the others, damn it. Maybe I'll keep. Maybe I should keep. Okay, I think I'm going to. Okay, we'll get rid of that one. I'm going to keep these around because I might want to show off the fact that the buds do have a tendency to not seat quite properly. I don't think it's a problem, especially because the moment that you close the lid on these things, you can feel if they're not seated correctly, the lid forces them into place. So it's not a problem, but I wonder, where do they make their connection? Yeah, I bet if they're not seated correctly. Come on, turn your light off. Oh. Not sure how they work. But yeah, if there's no way that's making an electrical connection. Those contact points were way too small for that to be making a connection if they're not seated correctly. Anyway, yeah. So I think I do probably want to leave one in, highlighting that they can be incorrectly seated. So I'll leave two options for that. All right, and if I remember correctly, yeah, this is pretty much the last set that I did. Kind of. Well, no, sorry, I guess there's two. There was the other rock above this area. Okay, we'll leave this one for a moment. Wait. Okay, there was that one. In this group, I'll toss that one. These buds look cheap. They are cheap. They are 30 $39 or $40. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, they're very low cost. Um yeah. Honestly, they're really good for the price though. I'm genuinely surprised by how much I didn't hate them. Uh when I volunteered to do this, I figured, okay, it's a quick review. I can hit it and be done without too much effort, which has been half true. But yeah, these buds actually, I mean, for being $40 buds, they are they sound actually pretty good. I still have some comparisons I want to do before I finish the review, which I'm going to try to actually do tonight after uh, after everyone's asleep and I can just sit down and do nothing but work on this review. Um, I think they sound really good. They don't have ANC. They don't have in-ear detection. Uh, they don't do multi-point. They don't do they don't have quick pair. They technically don't have low latency mode, but either VLC was fixed recently or their latency is just insanely short anyway. I'm not sure what the story is, um but yeah, the key thing here is they sound good for what they are. They seem to have decent battery life. Um they work with the same Hey Melody app that OnePlus uses with their other buds, which I don't know if that's really a highlight, but it's a thing. Um but yeah, they're actually just, they are super simple buds. That's, I think, kind of just their quality is they're really simple buds. Not much not much else to it. You don't have to necessarily have like super featureful buds. Um but yeah, they're just actually good, but not great. Like there's nothing about them that strikes you as great. Uh, but weirdly, that I think is actually kind of the good thing about them. It's $40 buds that if they get lost, it's not ideal, but you can live with it. If if you get them and just wear them out, okay, who cares? You don't have to care about $40 buds that much. Um, and yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of cheap buds out there, but yeah, competing with Anchor is definitely a a logical one. Um, oh, which reminds me, we also have this thing now where we have to um, all of our reviews are required to now have comparisons to similar products. So I hadn't made specifically a list yet, but um, but I'm gonna make a note to compare to Anchor's cheap buds. Um, okay, this one, the LNR, probably should be in focus or more in focus. Is that motion blur? Yeah. Not sure what the hell happened with that one. I'm undecided on those. Um, I don't even know what this picture is really supposed to highlight, but I think I kind of like it. um, um, think you would go with OP rather than Anchor. I'm really not that familiar with Anchor's buds, but well, actually, I'm not really familiar at all with Anchor buds. But um, let's see, did we already cover them? I I have to assume we did. Um, what would be the price on these? Okay, those are $100 buds, so that's definitely not the ones. I didn't think they were. Um, oof. Anything on daily steals is a bad sign. Um, I hate daily steals. That site is such trash. Um, actually, let's just review. Wait, maybe if we had reviews of these, they should be somewhere linked in here. Um, okay, that's Soundcore Liberty Air 2s. This seems like the right set. Do we have their price listed? Um, wait, what? If you're on a tight budget, the $100 Air 2 bring a smaller form factor. Okay, I was going to look at prices just straight from here. Okay, Liberty Air 2 wireless earbuds. That's the right price point. Um, okay. So, do they have anything interesting about them here? And let's get comments back in view for me. Um, ooh, the song that just came on, Stone Sour did a cover of Wicked Game. Huh. Did not know they did that. Um, the Anchor Soundcore earbuds sit around 50 to $100. See, to me, that is a huge range. Like a range that almost doesn't make sense. Because if you want something that's around $50 or $40, whatever, you know, like from $40 to $50, that most people would see that and go, yeah, okay, they're basically similar price. It's $10 more. Who cares? At $100, it's like anyone who is shopping for $40 to $50 earbuds, they're gonna look at $100 and go, yeah, no, that's not what I'm asking for. Um, so that's kind of a big range. Um, uh, they have different versions. Yeah, I figured they did, but yeah, the only thing I'd be comparing to is whatever's down at the cheap end. Um, One thing I this just has to be called out because it's one of the things I think is so bad about the OnePlus Nord Buds. Um, the case. So the sound core here, they have a case. It is almost, geez, it is almost identical to. Let's see. It's almost identical to the um, Razer Hammerhead 2 earbuds. You know, flip top case. I think of this as a cigarette pack style. Um, you know, they got stems that stick down that slots into the case, pops shut, rounded edges, basically kind of like, you know, flat, it like very flattened out pancakey kind of shape. The problem with the Nord buds, I'll go back to this first image, or no, that one. Okay, yeah, I guess this one shows it off best. Okay, now imagine putting this in your pocket. This is such a terrible shape to try to fit into a pocket. I mean, it fits. Like I put it in my pockets. I walked around with it. It wasn't a problem, but it looks weird. I mean, any earbud case you put in your pockets, if you've got moderately tight pockets, people are going to be able to see that you have something in there. They're probably going to figure it's earbuds. But um yeah, I mean, this has sharp edges. Um it it is fat in any orientation. There's no there's no way that you can adjust this so that it isn't just a fat block of whatever sitting in your pocket. Um I mean, it is just, oh, whoops. What? Yeah, sorry. Um there we go. Yeah, so yeah, again, just comparing the case here. Do they show the case again? Yeah, kind of. It's really only that one. But yeah, this case is flat. It's pancakey versus this one where it's just it is fat. Every orientation. You cannot spin this in any way where it's not thicker by, it's funny. Okay, switching screen again. Actually, it isn't even that big of a difference, but it's a difference. Um, the Razer hammerheads are only barely thinner, but that little bit of a difference, like, it is so distinctive. It's so tangible. You can just tell. And let's see, is that, yeah, there's no other way to spin this. That is the thinnest you can get it. But yeah, I mean, it's fine, but it just looks worse. Like if you're putting it in your pocket, walking around on city streets, you have this thing that at its thinnest is going to be poking out in a pill-shaped uh in like this big pill-shaped case, which actually when I first saw it I described it as coffin shaped. Not for any good reason, just it somehow struck me as the earbud coffin. um but yeah, so i I don't know. I think it's just something that would bother some people. um Trying to pick out the last of these. I know it's weird, but I swear the clouds in this kind of just, they almost make a face right there. Almost. Okay, let's kill that. What about... Mm, actually, would this one be good if I just rotate it? Yeah, that might be a keeper. Okay, and that wraps up culling. Well, first round culling at least. Okay. Um you hated the Powerbeats Pro because of the case size, god awful. Powerbeats Pro, just out of curiosity. Um oh yeah. Anything that's got the ear loop. They can't not be huge. Um Okay, what do we have for... Did they show the case? They got to show the case, right? Oh, what? I did not anticipate that being their design. Okay. That that's a daring design. Hey, Corbin, how's it going, man? What's going on? Not often I see you poking your head in on a weekend stream. Yeah, no, this case, man, this case you could fill it with lead and use it to like kill somebody. That's got to be huge. Cuz to fit the ear loops in here like that, yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. That would be awful to carry around. At least at least with this design, like I said, it's so much more pocketable. Just updating the site, switched to WordPress a week ago and still tweaking things. Yeah, that's oh, the case is creaky too. That was one thing I kind of have to give massive credit to OnePlus for. This case, like if you really torque it or if you pick the exact right spot, you can twist it and get some creaks between the lid and the body, but that's it. Like it is solid. For 40 bucks, I mean, I'm not going to say they made like fantastic earbuds or anything, but for 40 bucks, this is really a lot better than I expected from the price. Uh it turned out pretty... I would say they did a good job with them. Okay, let's go through and white balance all of these. I love how easy this is. This should not be this easy, but yay. Um, luckily, I didn't really plan it this way, but luckily this dead trees kind of have that perfect grayscale to them. Um, oh yeah, Corbin, how are you hosting? I swear I saw, but I don't quite remember. Um, let's use there. Yep. To think there was a time when doing all this stuff, you'd have to like mess with the chemicals and chemistry to get everything right. Now you just go through with an eyedropper tool and it's like, I don't know, what's kind of gray. What looks close. um okay, and this is in perfect daylight, so yeah, it really is magic. I mean, photo editing today is just, it's so stupid that you can get away with as much as you can. um Not gonna mess with white balance on most of it. This one's gonna need some tweaking. Actually, I don't like that. That one can go. I'll tell you, this little piece of lint, wherever the hell it came from, I can't wait to get to the part where I edit that out. That is giving me like anxiety about how much I don't want it there. Um okay. Something feels off about this one. What would happen if I, yep, something was off. Okay, we'll do the same to this one. Are these possibly kind of off? They are, but I kind of like this. I like a little bit more warmth to that image. Maybe, do I want to keep it on these? Hmm. I don't know. Having that little bit of extra warmth is kind of nice on these images. Hmm. Yeah, maybe I'll leave those as they are. I can still change it later. Um, I probably oh wait, there's the motion blur in this that I didn't notice before. But it's pretty minimal by the time. I'll just use this as a filler image. Which, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but AP reviews, we also have to have filler images. Like, just we're legitimately instructed to uh oops. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. We're actually um we're actually required to do, we'll just do that. Um oh, and yes, by the way, I do know that I need to do an update. Ignore that. um I'm really bad about doing Chrome updates because when when Chrome when I have to do Chrome updates, it means that I have to, on my YouTube subscriptions, I then have to scroll like 20 some pages down to get to where I'm caught up, which isn't great. Um oh, this isn't a great example. Let's try sure, we'll look at this one. Am I the only one who does the filler images now? Okay, well, I guess Connor did two. Everybody else, I got yelled at for not doing enough of these once. And okay, Matt, I guess, did three. Anyway, so we have to do, of course, the hero image. Obviously, no surprise there. Then there is this so-called review widget, and this is where the filler images are supposed to go. Basically, just our worst images are supposed to be thrown in here as just quote filler, and then we have the rest of our images, which actually go in the review. Um, every time you look at AP, you see another person you don't recognize. Corbin, dude, I honestly don't know 90% of the people now. Not even not even joking. Um every time I look in the even the chat room, well, actually that's not entirely true. If I look in the chat room, I mostly see editors. Regular writers do not talk in there at all. Like literally at all. Most of them I've like the people who write on the site, I've never actually seen them say anything in the chat rooms. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. Um just remembered I want to plug in that phone because it is like scraping the bottom of the battery bar. Um haven't I read the Forbes headline? You must update immediately. Terrible, scary things are going to happen if you allow. Oh my God, I can't think of his name. That terrible writer who always writes the shocking headlines. The terrible thing that Apple did, or the way your entire computing lifestyle is about to be destroyed. Yeah, that guy. Um, but yeah, yeah, I don't know. Gordon Kelly, thank you, thank you. The Gordon Kelly, God, that guy. Oh man, it's amazing that they haven't junked him yet. Honestly, like I feel like he brings so much worse reputation to the site. Here I am trash talking, but he must really move the needle somehow because they keep letting him they keep letting him ruin the site's reputation. But hey, if Business Insider will keep writing their crap, then obviously, you know, shouldn't Forbes have their own bad writer to counteract it? And here I am making sure none of these sites will ever ask me to work for them, which is totally okay. I couldn't care less. They are some of the worst on the internet. Okay, let's start tweaking some stuff. Um, Pull down the highlights a little. Bring up shadows. Let's, yeah, actually, whites were good where they were at. How about, yeah, bring up the blacks just a tiny bit. We need some texture on this image. Maybe not that much, but bring it up a little more. Make it look like I shot this sharp. Just nudge up the clarity a tiny bit. We'll dehaze. Side by side, I'd say looks pretty good. Oops. No. Okay. I don't think I need to do too much tweaking on this outside of that. Could I... The one thing I kind of want to do is bring up... let's bring up the greens a bit and brighten them. Oh man, they're still practically invisible. How about the yellows too? Yeah, bringing up yellows makes a big difference on this. But let's tweak the yellow towards green. Yeah. It makes it look like we're actually in a little bit of forestiness. Okay, so I think I'm good with that. Okay, probably good with the rest. I don't see a reason to mess with anything else. Okay. We're going to do basically the same things right here. Ooh, not that much. Just brighten it a tiny bit. I said tiny bit. This image is a challenge to get right because that highlight on the top of the case is going to blow out so easy. I kind of want... Can I? Yeah, okay. That got us the room we needed for contrast. Awesome. I'm happy with that. Okay. Let's throw a little texture on there. Tiniest nudge of clarity. Dehaze the living crap out of it? No. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I can dig that. Let's tweak the yellows a little bit towards green. Bring up that saturation. I want that background to still have a little bit of pop to it. Not quite to the point it's creating halos, though. Something does not look right. The edge here just looks so fakey and haloed now. I'm not sure if it's just an optical illusion or what, but it feels like if I think if I just do that, that'll be fine. That's not great. I don't love it, but this is a filler image anyway. Okay. For this one, exposure up. Let's contrast a little. Let's bring down the highlights. I want to keep as much of the dead log as possible. Well, this will be our detail shot. Black, I think, was perfect where it was at. Okay. Little texture on it. A lot of people seem to use clarity when they want to sort of get that fake sharpened quality. I swear texture just looks so much better. I don't know why anyone uses clarity for that. So, Corbin, if you are still listening, what is your weekend shaping up to be besides tinkering with WordPress? Or is that pretty much all you're up to right now? Okay, let's bring up the green, bring up some of the yellow. We'll switch over to saturation again, bring up that green just a bit more. The only color in these images is the red of the L and R labels and the background. So I want to bring as much color out of the background as I possibly can. Because it just doesn't seem fair to leave these images so drab if I don't have to. Oh, does that mess with the light? Not really. In fact, it makes the light looked more correct. All right, so we're going to stay there. Um, no more firm plans besides Tech Tales tomorrow. Went to a museum and a few other places downtown earlier. Is it weird that you mentioned museum and my thought is, oh yeah, those exist somewhere. I haven't seen a museum in so many years. I honestly kind of don't remember what museums are like. I think the last time I went to anything resembling a museum, it was when I went to IO. Hey, wait, actually, did I even go when I was at IO? It There is this old um like computer technology museum that's somewhere in that vicinity. I forget what city it's technically in, but it's in the Bay Area. Uh but you go around, you see like the old ENIAC, you see, like early computer hardware that was like prototypes and things like that it's kind of interesting. They I saw both versions of this place too. They had one version that was kind of like the more legitimate museum style, and then I saw another a few years later when they did it as a there's no polite way to say it other than to just say they realized they weren't making money with the old museum, so they kind of turned the new one into more of an event location that just happened to be decorated with old computer stuff. Um, but and it very much was for holding events. The second time that I went there, the first time it was an event, and that was back with the uh BlackBerry was holding these developer conferences, which gives you some sort of time frame on how far back this is. Um, but yeah, it was neat both times, but it was a lot neater the first time. When I went there during IO, it was just very much an event place and not the same. I'm gonna guess that was probably IO 2017. Is that the right year? I went in 13, 14, 15, skipped 16, and then I think I went to 17. So that should be right. Um, but yeah, yeah, they changed it. Man, that was 5 years ago. That's kind of insane. Okay, let's. If I copy basically everything out of this one, am I going to get? Um, Oof, that green is a little too hot. Let's. If we there we go. The yellow was the part that was getting that. Okay, that looks a lot more realistic. I think this will look terrible with that color correction, but let's see. Oh my god. Nuclear. Absolutely nuclear. So yeah, we're not going to copy that adjustment over. We will do this one by hand. Real minor tweaks get to happen on this one. All right. Can we get a little more contrast? Yeah. Okay. Not a lot. Ooh. And throw some texture. A little clear. No clarity on that one. That one gets really crunchy real quick. keep the dehaze pretty light. Can I tweak that exposure a little bit more? Not really, man. This image is messy. Not sure how much I'm going to get to use this image because this might just have to take a filler roll too. It still looks natural. Turn down the yellows a little bit, the green's way up. We can give the green a little bit more life. Black earbud cases are the devil to take photos of. Oh, sorry, I missed the one above. Raleigh has a pretty good natural history museum. There's also a North Carolina history museum across the street that is fairly interesting. Okay. But yeah, black earbud cases, it depends. I agree they are a pain in the ass to take photos of, especially in like I mean, I'm shooting it in dark. You would have missed this part, but I shot these basically at night. Um it wasn't night, but the sun had set. It was behind a mountain by this point. Um which also yay for our cameras being able to capture stuff like this. Uh but yeah, yeah, dark cases are kind of terrible, but at the same time, like, I don't want to own non-dark cases. I'll tell you though, the worst one, do I have it in here? No, I don't. um the Klipsch earbuds that I did, because they had a glossy case that scratched. Oh my god, it was black glossy, so basically just a mirror, and it scratched pretty easily. Oh my god, that was hell. It was actual hell trying to get those to work out. I hated photographing that case. Um at least with matte plastic like this, there's no mirroring. There's nothing. You get a pretty easy time of just like, this is actually, wow, now that I'm looking at it, this looks like a edgelit. This, I mean, you've got light coming in on this side, you got light on this side, I assume from the overcast clouds above me. um it looks perfectly edgelit, almost like I did this in a studio for some reason. I didn't. I literally just, I was out there waiting for the drone to finish recording, and I sat these up on a random stump and took a couple of shots handheld. Like, there was no plan to this, but it just looks nicely lit. Um which actually, now that I see it, there's even lighting on the inside. This photo should not have turned out as good as it did. It's not that good of a picture, but still, it shouldn't look this, like it was staged this much. It was not. um why did I keep this image? Actually, I don't think I need to mess with exposure. I just need to bring down highlights. Whoa. I have to bring highlights way down to get detail back. That's possibly a problem. Um yeah, Corbin. I can kind of answer for Corbin. He's not going to be doing reviews right now. Um I just know because we've talked about it already. But um just knowing how things like this go, I have a feeling he'll eventually get to do some. Sorry to answer for you on this, but let's see. All right, bring that down a little bit. My God, I think this. I guess this image is recoverable, but I'm tweaking that really hard to keep the the wood from blowing out, or just the appearance of blowing out. It just feels like it's really bright right there. I don't like that. I guess if I just pull highlights all the way down, that still looks good. Okay, little texture, tiny bit of clarity. How about the... Yeah, dehaze is too strong there too. What do we get when we bump up the vibrance and saturation a little? Those look bad too. Jeez, I'm gonna have to fix this in colors. Okay, let's take the yellows a little bit green, just a bit. A little happy green. It'll be our secret. You know, little Bob Ross in there. And let's tweak that yellow a little more towards green. I'm not trying to hide the yellow, I just don't want it to look dead. Okay. This is a filler shot if there ever was one. I'm hating this one more and more the more I look at it. Wait, are these... I guess they're not really out of focus, just goofy. Can I cut that noise a little bit? Noise reduction. Yeah, that's something. Let's try. Yeah, okay. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get that. I'm picking up more noise than I want out of the case. Weirdly, not in the black pits here. It's just this part here. I'm seeing a little bit of noise, and especially here. Some of that is color noise. Can I? And it starts artifacting if I go a little too far. I doubt anyone can see the subtleties of these changes. They're barely perceptible, and they're not really making a difference. So, and by the time this gets cropped, it's not going to matter anyway. Okay, next. Actually, screw it. Oh man, the only thing I actually like about this image is the front of this log and the trees in the background. I actually hate how it's showing the buds, so I'm just gonna kill this one. Surprisingly, yeah, I'm moving at an okay clip. I do need to be... One of these days I want to get like actually fast at this. I'm not fast at this. You know, I never hit auto. I'm not hating what auto just did to this image though. Out of curiosity, what would auto do here? Yeah, maybe I will leave that on auto. Hmm. What else did it do? No. Some of these I'm actually liking what oh no, hell no. Sometimes auto kind of does a good job, other times all I think it's doing is brightening. Okay, I almost like that, except it needs to have a little bit more darkness back in the case. Okay, with this one, actually, I'm going to be lazy and just leave it with the auto settings on that. Out of curiosity, is this okay? That's auto did a good job on that one, but I don't like where it left the greens in the background. They can be, they can definitely be a little more lively. Can we get? Oh no, not that far. Just barely nudging it into something. Um, yeah, I don't my habits. I fully admit it's mostly habit. I don't reach for auto very often because auto all too often does uh you know, I guess not too often, but sometimes when I see auto going crazy, it's doing stuff not quite that bad, but all of a sudden it's just picking like this, and you've got greens that are just literally going to a weird place. They don't make sense. Um, Admittedly, they probably could be just nudged a little bit, but yeah, auto all too often I see auto doing weird things, which is why I typically avoid it, but I gotta admit they're kind of hitting it pretty well here. Um, Wait a second, did it? Oh no, okay. I like it, but it has. I need to drag more light or bring up a little bit more here. Um, well, the auto here is not, or it's affecting everything because it's definitely tweaked some colors more than just this first set. Though it doesn't, actually, it's not changing anything here. I don't know. Maybe it is. Oh, I didn't see they had added this. Has this been here a while? You can just have hue, saturation, and luminance all right there instead of changing between each of these separately. I prefer that, I think. Probably. But hey, under the circumstances, that seems. Okay, we have to fix the highlights. Let's bring down both of those. We'll bring up. Oh, and is it. Was it not hitting texture and clarity? I guess that's something I'm going to have to change. Let's see what happens with a little more texture on that one. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Um, the focus on this one is down here. And again, Like half the reason for this image is just to have this perfect mirror image of the wood right there. Like that is so much the keeper in this image. This almost, actually, this might be, it's not a great image, but I think with the right tweaks, this could almost be hero image territory just because it just because that mirror image just stands out to me so much. I'm not sure most people would even notice it, but I love it. Okay, let's get that in there. The yellow needs to go slightly green again. Maybe slighter than that. That's probably overkill. Bring that down just a little. Same with that one. No. Bring that back. Okay. They can both live at 15. Okay. I don't know that I like this, but I think I'm good with it. Suddenly, I'm very curious. What would happen if I bring the temperature up just a nudge? So we're at 16.5. Ooh. Yeah, a little bit of warmth just so fixes this image. Gives it that sort of fall afternoon color. Which of course is kind of funny being that it's May. So fall afternoon color is not exactly a thing we're aiming for, but I like it. Now I kind of want to go back through all those previous images and just warm them up a tiny bit. This is, I gotta say, by the way, one of the best things about shooting something that is in like basically all black, because the colors around it you can kind of play with. You can make decisions for it because you're not going to affect the black. Not really. I mean, it because of its color, like it is inherently bound to always be sort of impervious to doing color temperature changes. So yeah, I can warm up these images just enough, and it's going to do absolutely nothing to this case. Oh, it might here just a little bit, but this is okay because it still looks like sun hitting it or something like that. That might have been a little heavy. There we go. Okay, I like it. I like it. All right, back into this set. What's Auto gonna do? Auto was real subtle with that. I like it. I wonder if I should start uncropping these two. I'm already zooming in on all of them. Actually, screw it. Yeah, we're gonna do some of the crops now. Oh, wow. Wait a second. I just noticed how much noise there was in this one. That needs fixing too. Okay, we can leave that about there. If I do that, is it messing with the whole image? No. Oh, that actually... Noise reduction, in my experience out of Lightroom, is never that special. But it seems to actually be working out pretty well here. No, I'll leave the contrast way down. Maybe not 0. We'll give it just the couple of points it needs. And color was fine. Okay. I know nothing is going to be zoomed in this far, but may as well get it slightly more right. Actually, I'm not even going to tweak the crop of that. So, Corbin, do you mind that you're not doing reviews? Give a little bit more headspace on that. Because I know it was your absolute favorite thing. And now your red bench is... well, wait. I was about to say now your red bench isn't getting any use, but of course it isn't. You don't have it with you. You know, you always could have stolen it. Just keep the red bench forever. It travels with you in perpetuity. Okay, this is where we actually have to do some big crops. Do I center crop this? No, that looks bad. I'm just going to... I want to get rid of that sky entirely. Wouldn't mind doing them. I'm still not sure if I should even be using this image. It's just... for some reason, I don't want to throw this image out. Okay, let's... we'll bring these in just a little bit. Okay, good with that. Oh, so Corbin, is tomorrow the... I don't remember. Did you tell me? Is tomorrow the last of the current series? The last one felt too busy. I assume this one. Yeah. It probably is. And actually what bothers me more about it is really just the angle on the buds. I'm not sure that this really shows anything of value. I have enough images. I can toss this. I think the only reason I was keeping it is because I like the foliage, but to crop it in to actually show the buds in any appreciable way kind of destroys that. Um, the only thing is, there's not very many scenes where I can show much foliage or anything that's recognizable. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna leave it as a filler. I don't think it's a great image, but just leaving stuff as filler is a good excuse to keep a few random images around. Though this one's so much the better image. Oh, this one's a tough one too. Oh, so it's probably going to be an extra long one. Okay, good to know. Why did I just get the same song played twice? YouTube Music, why you do? Weird. Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Yeah, why did it play the same song twice? That's weird. See, I almost would have been tempted to do this stream in Discord and just play totally licensed music. No one's ever gonna find it or catch it or care. Um, hmm. Cropping in like this actually brings out the focal differences. I like that. Okay, we'll keep that. Uh, I think this one was already cropped, right? No? I'm leaving it as is, honestly. I like this crop where it's at. This one's. Nope. No rotation necessary. Ooh, wait. Can we get. God, that is still. I was too zoomed out when I took this shot. All right, how about if we go to there? We'll tweak that rotation just a tiny bit. I do like this. I'd kind of like to have that bridge that's in the background over here, but yeah, that's just not going to happen. Hmm. How does it look if I get in even tighter? Okay. I that's fine. Also, not that it's important right now, but one of the things I'm not going to get around to it now, but I am going to take these white spots, which if you're looking at them going like, what are those, or is that what I think it is? It kind of is what you think it is. Birds have pooped uh on this wall so much that it has bleached the stonework. So yeah, um, I'm gonna see if I can't kind of hide that by color, not color replacing, but selectively picking these spots, or selectively picking the color, and then just doing kind of like a color overlay screen effect. I think I can probably not get rid of it, but maybe minimize it so they're not super, super obvious. Okay, what do we get if we auto color that? I like that. And yeah, I like that. That's good. I actually, what happens if we bring up the orange a little bit? Just make those bricks a little richer. Very, very subtle tweak, but I kind of like it. Okay, and again with the croppy croppy. All right, Corbin, take it easy, man. I'm actually going to be taking off in the next I don't know, 10 minutes or so. So yeah, you're not missing much. Um take it easy, dude. We'll catch you tomorrow at uh the times in the calendar, I know. I'll catch you then. Later, man. Have a good night. The one thing that needs to be fixed on this is that the black is just over blackened. We're gonna have to pull up the shadows just enough. Okay, that seems good. I think this is the first time I'm looking at it, and I kind of actually want to bring out more of the yellows. Just barely. Hmm. Okay, doing the same here. Wow, that just basically blasted the contrast. I like it as a starting point, but I don't think they actually did a very good job with that. What happens, actually, we're going to be cropping this in anyway. What happens if we just hack off the big chunk of this first and then we'll hit auto? Hmm. I still think they didn't do that great of a job on this spot. Um, turn up the vibrance, turn up saturation. It's a little overcooked like that. Maybe we'll bump the vibrance back down just a tiny bit. That should be good. And we still have that excellent little cloud just hanging out in the mirror. Okay, let's bring back that brick. Okay, so the brick is good. Let's turn up the green a little bit. Get those primary colors rocking. Okay, this is definitely croppable. This actually turned out nicer than I expected. The one thing I want to do, I want to see if I can get that sky to look blue. I actually didn't like this image before. Now I'm starting to, with it cropped this way, I think it looks pretty good. Let's pop that contrast just a tiny bit more. Okay. I feel like exposure looks pretty good. Pop up the texture just enough. Tiny nudge to clarity. If we hit D, oh yeah. This is where the dehaze just looks so much nicer. All it basically did was pop up all the colors. Ooh, that's a little heavy. Hold on, let's pop that vibrance back a bit because I want to take control of, I want to bring up that orange a little bit. Wow, that, okay, yeah, we actually want to go a little positive, just a little bit, because it's already so close. I mean, we got the yellow flowers in the background, we got the orange going just brick red right there. I like the way this is starting to go. Okay, we'll turn down the luminance a little, that way put it back into the brick territory. A little more. There. Now, let's see if this is going to be the tricky one. Can we get... We can bring in a little bit of blue. I don't want to do too much there, but I want to have it there. Is aqua represented in this image at all? It is. Okay. So let's push the aquas all the way to blue, not to purple. We do not want purple. In fact, no, we're not going to tweak that. Let's neg out some purple. Okay, that should be fine. I am so tempted to just throw like a color gradient of some kind up there. Looks like I am slightly artifacting in one spot, so just going to kind of hide it. Damn it. I'm seeing weird little effects that I don't like, though. Maybe I'll get rid of those. Or I'll turn down the effects. Yeah, that looks good. It looks natural. Out of curiosity, if I really mess with the yellows, not going to saturate them, not going to play with the color or hue. Kind of like that a little bit hotter, just barely. Yeah, this feels a little overcooked, but I like it. Yeah, it looks super overcooked in this, but I can use this as a starting point. We do need to turn down the texture a little bit to keep that one in check. Same with clarity. Maybe bump up the vibrance and saturation a little, just barely. What happens if we no? Feels very unoriginal next to that one, but they work. With different settings, they look almost identical too. Ooh, wow. That did not work the same. What happens if we auto this one? None of those look good. We already have that. I'm just going to kill this image. This one corrects some. This does correct in a couple of the right ways, but it's a little much. Huh. How about we bring up the highlights a little bit more, bring up the white a little bit more. Maybe the highlights need to stay down after all, because I want to try to bring back as much detail in that as I can. Just fit. There we go. So doubtful I'll even end up using this image, but sure. What happens if I hit auto here? No. tiny bit of texture, little clarity. Ton of dehaze? No. It's going to be real funky getting the vibrance and saturation right on this without making the background look nuclear, but whatever. I kind of wish I could get more color into the background. If I mess with greens, it's going to go all over the place. How about yellow? Whew, too much too. Huh. Can I mess with any other colors and get some effect out of them? I don't think so. Oh, the blue inside the case, just turn that blue up and it goes real haywire. Let's make that disappear. It might be as good as this one gets. I was thinking these were going to be nicer images. I don't like them now. Or that particular one, I mean. Or rather, this particular background. I thought it was going to be a neat looking background, and it just turned out kind of rough. Maybe this. Oh, that looks really weird. Those plants almost take on like alien planet life kind of thing. But it pulls out this really well, so I think that's a keep. Okay. Tweak the color temperature up a little bit. Let's get shadows need to be pretty high. Do we bring up the blacks? A little, just a tiny bit. Yeah, I thought it was going to look a lot better than it did. I was looking for anything that added color, and this is just... Yeah, I'm going to kill this one. Well, here I think it's hidden well enough, but this is the better image of the actual case. Damn it. Okay, I'm killing this one. There's one more, right? What happens if we auto this one? These are tough. I feel like there's no good point on these. Okay, I'm just going to keep one of these. And I'm not sure I want to keep this. It's just whether or not I decide to make a point out of the unseated earbud. Which I'm not even sure I'm going to do, but... I'm just looking at every little tweak I make, and it's like I don't feel like I can make big tweaks on this. And everything I do, I'm not sure if it's really making it better or worse. Tweak that green a little bit aqua. I could always just desaturate the hell out of those things, but then they look terrible. It looks deserty. Oversaturating them isn't going to help anything. What happens if we play with yellows? Man, I don't like this. I honestly thought this was going to turn out to be one of the better shots from this part, but it just went wrong. Screw it, I'm killing him. So from that to this one. Let's see. It is 8:10. I think I'll finish this one really quick. Let's see. Not sure I'm even going to keep all three of these. Yeah, I'll do all. Well, I'm not going to do all three on stream. I'll do one more, and then I think that'll be the wrap up for tonight. Let's see what happens. Auto does not. No, it gets us most of the way there. Okay, let's tweak. This one's going to be fun with color, though. Okay. Bring the highlights back just a little bit more. Let's bring a little more shadow up for the detail. Okay, texture. I care less about the texture of the case in this instance, and I'm more interested in the texture of this rock, because I think that's where the interest is going to be kind of popping up. It's going to give it more life. We'll nudge up the color just slightly. Okay. What I'm looking forward to is tweaking the oranges, giving them a little bit more red. How much do you pay for Adobe stuff? It is $10 a month for the so-called photography bundle. If you are watchful on, I would say Amazon, but don't get it from Amazon. If you're watchful on either B&H Photo or Autorama, they do, not all the time, but sometimes they do subscription renewals for the Adobe stuff that's like $99 for a 1 year. So a little bit cheaper that way. Which I don't know the last time they did that. And even if I did, I forgot to do it, or I didn't get to do it, or I missed it or something. But yeah, right now I'm on the $10 a month thing, and it includes Photoshop and Lightroom. Plus, they didn't used to include this stuff, but now they also include some mobile apps in that same subscription, which is good. I would still kind of like to get off of Adobe's stuff. I mean, I really like Photoshop. Lightroom is okay. There's a lot I don't like about Lightroom, and there are better apps than Lightroom for raw processing. But when you consider the advantages of just having the Lightroom Photoshop workflow, kind of, there is that. But yeah, if you're at all looking for the same tools, the photography bundle is the way to go. It doesn't include any stuff for video editing, which I doubt you're really looking for. Okay, I want to get, what happens if we mess with That has almost no effect on the moss. It just screws with the red labels. Okay. I actually want to darken those bits of moss. But I want to bring them up more. Hmm. I feel like I'm not getting these quite where I want them to go. How about thanks for the memories. Thanks for how do I don't want to turn that yellow. I want those red, but I don't feel like I'm not getting the color I want out of that. That sucks. Okay, and do I want to do any cropping on this? Let's get rid of that downhill slope just a bit. A little bit more. I want to get the rock. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why, but I want to get rid of this downward slope right there. So I want to cut like at that edge. Somehow I feel like that gives it a little more visual, like a linear feel. Creating nice straight lines, or well, curved in this case, but it's a curve that feels like it just goes off camera in a direction. Okay. Yeah, I think I was really looking forward to this image. Now I'm not as super happy with it. And is that motion blur I'm now seeing? No, just kind of a weird haloing effect. But it's not motion blur, which is the important part. Motion blur, bad times. Oh man, I'm gonna have so much dust cleanup to do. Oh, look at that. That's awful. So much dust cleanup. Okay, well, I think that about wraps it. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. I have 5 more images to do this same set of tweaks to, and then I'm gonna spend like hours doing dust cleanup. This is gonna be real fun. Who knows? There's some chance. I'm not suggesting anyone watch for this, but there's some chance that I'll end up doing like late night. I might hop in here and just start doing dust cleanup with maybe some music background. I won't be talking during that. But if I do, if you see a notification and you're awake and bored, feel free to hop on and watch. It's probably not going to be super interesting, but you never know. It might end up being funny or entertaining. Wait a second. The song I used to play, or a song that always stuck in my head for playing Fall Guys, just came up in my YouTube music cycle. In case at all curious, it is the song Interstellar by Old Chap. Uh, that song, just the moment I heard it, it's like, oh my god, Fall Guys. Okay, anyway, David, thanks for coming and hanging out. I will be on tomorrow night, actually, very possibly with Fall Guys, or possibly maybe photo shooting or editing. We'll see, but probably I'm kind of. Oh wait, Fall Guys isn't until June. What am I saying? Damn it, I don't know what it'll be. I haven't figured out a good game stream alternative. Maybe it'll be some Borderlands, or I don't know. I'll think on it. I'll definitely have to think on this. Um, yeah, I have no idea what it's going to be until we get some Fall Guys back. Maybe it'll be exploring Stadia. That could be a good option too. Okay. Anyway, dude, take it easy. I will catch you. Um, maybe tomorrow night. I don't know for sure. Anyway, enjoy the evening. Go spend some time with the SO. Tell uh tell them congratulations on the graduation. That's super cool. And yeah, well, enjoy the evening. Good night, everybody.